Hey YouTube, Untamed here. So behind me I have a brand new 2024 Hummer EV. This one, the color afterburner tint, and the price tag is just under $112,000. Pretty crazy to see this as an option today, and I truly wonder, are these selling? You know, there was a point where you can get that brand new Hummer EV first edition. That particular one was going $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 over MSRP. And here we are, the EV Hummers are just kind of sitting on lots. And this is indicative of just EVs in general. EV sales have slowed tremendously over the last year and a half. And well, I just wonder, a super special vehicle like this, should it be just sitting on the lot and should it be heavily discounted? Let's check it out. So although I have seen these vehicles before, you don't realize just how enormous they are until you walk up on it. It is absolutely gigantic. And well, this bright afterburner tint color definitely adds to just how in your face it is. So even these wheels, they are ginormous, and I gotta admit, they're pretty cool. A bit gaudy, but I mean, everything about this vehicle truly is. So you got some Goodyear Wrangler Territory all-terrain tires here. The tire size, 305, 55, 22. So you got some 22-inch wheels there, which is absolutely insane. I mean, look at that. Look at this suspension in this thing. It's just ridiculous. So I mean, not a whole lot of confidence actually working on it yourself. Not to mention the overall heft and weight of this vehicle is pretty insane. Let me show you the window sticker the best I can anyway. I want to show you really the price tag itself. You can kind of see it here. We're looking at $111,510 there. You can kind of see it there. Sorry, the sun glare is pretty bad today. Check out the back end here. I'm kind of blown away that these were going for $30,000 to $40,000, $50,000 over sticker when they first came out for that first edition, if you will. And well, here we are. They're sitting on lots. Sitting on lots now. I mean, just how wide this is, it blows my mind. And there's I mean, that's kind of a wide car too, to be fair, but more normal and just ginormous right here. Let me know if this truly is the future, guys. I mean, there might be a time here in about 10-15 years where this is all the way down the lot, right? I mean, vehicles like that, you know, Ford F-150 Lightnings, they're just all down, Cybertrucks, whatever it is, all covering lots. This is, quote unquote, what people see for the future. I don't know, with price tags like that, it just doesn't make sense. And with the infrastructure the way it is currently, it's just not ideal. I mean, you're paying dang near identical amounts for your electricity when you charge your vehicles, your EVs, as you would paying for fuel at the pump. But unfortunately, it takes a long time to do that. You'll be leaving your vehicle on the charger overnight just to get it up to where you can drive around with your full range. And for a lot of people, that's just not feasible right now. So I do wonder, you know, we're just a little bit behind when it comes to infrastructure making sense for people to buy EVs as primary drivers. During the pandemic, in particular, a lot of people bought EVs, but they were secondary or third vehicles. They were never really the primary vehicle. Unless you lived maybe in the heart of the city, you can get an EV and make it make sense for you. But for most people, when they were buying them during the pandemic, when money was easier to come by for some folks, not me, for the record, but when it was easier to come by, people were swooping them up as their third vehicle generally. It's your HEV little badge there. But I mean, if you're going to get a 3X SUV version of course, if you're going to get one of these, there's 3 motors, electric motors to this particular one. If you're going to get it, may as well get the afterburner tint here. May as well get the flashy orange bright color, because it is just in your face. So this Hummer across the headlights here. You know, and I'm not going to pretend to know everything about this. I do know that they weigh a ton, much more than what your traditional truck or SUV is, as you'd imagine. You know, all the battery, the tri-battery pack that we have within this is extremely heavy. Then you add on this enormous vehicle and chassis to it, you know, it's just super heavy. A straight up and down windshield, kind of like what we find on the FJ Cruisers. So get ready to replace that and get some rock chips. It's inevitable. This one does have the optional illumination package. I believe it was $1,400 looking at that window sticker over there. And this color itself is another $1,200 over MSRP. Let me kind of show you up on kind of standard looking running boards on it. Just look at the kind of that gloss black plastic cladding on the side. That part feels a little cheap to me. Just this down here. Don't love that part of it. Let me show you up top the roof. I do love that. That's pretty cool. I get a little American flag action right here. But yeah, what was the interior color? It was something pretty unique here. Exterior, interior, lunar. So a lunar colored interior, which is pretty neat. Here's your charging port, of course, out back. One thing that's kind of unique that I've learned recently is Tesla is actually allowing their 12,000 plus charging stations across the US to become universal, right? With a universal plug adapter for it. You know, other vehicle manufacturers are jumping on board. A lot of vehicle manufacturers are jumping on board to make that a universal fit, kind of standardizing the whole plug and play, if you will, across the board, across various manufacturers, not just Tesla for Tesla charging stations, if that makes sense. So I do appreciate that idea that it is becoming a little bit more accessible across the board. So I'll wrap up the video there, guys. Really just kind of wanted to geek out with you. This is a pretty unique vehicle. You don't see them every day. It was worth sharing with you guys. So let me know what your thoughts are of this Hummer EV, and especially of the afterburner tint. Appreciate you watching as always. Until next time.